Okay, so we see a rising trot and the video on top. We can easily see that in the standing position, stop, in the standing position, um, her center of gravity, we can find somewhere in the pelvis, is behind her supporting point. And the supporting point, yes, exactly, should be in one vertical line with her center of gravity if she is in balance. And yeah, in the video below, we can see this. There is almost one line, one vertical line between the center of gravity and the supporting point, her stirrups. So she's much more in balance, and she's much more able to sit softly in the saddle when she is in balance. And we can easily see the discomfort of the horse. In the first video, yeah, the horse lifts neck and head, has a tensed lower neck. Yeah, exactly. And in the second video, we can see a relaxed horse. What is very interesting, we can see that the rider has more problems to keep the hands quiet. But this is very normal. Whenever we learn a new movement pattern, it's normal that we have stress. So our brain tries to connect this new pattern with something it already knows. And our hands are very highly represented in our brain. So it tries to connect this new pattern with an area that is very well presented. And that's why we sometimes have these very working hands. Yeah. So we can see in the first video, the moment the rider comes down into the saddle, we see a tense lower neck and a hollow back of the horse. So in this moment, we can see that her center of gravity, which we can find somewhere in the pelvis, is behind her supporting point. And the supporting points are the stirrups. Those stirrups are too far in front of her center of gravity. And we define balance by having the center of gravity on top of the supporting points. In the second video, we can almost see this. We have to know that between the first and the second video, there are just 5 minutes. So it's clear that it's still not perfect, but it is a lot better. And the center of gravity is much more on top of the supporting points, and she's much more in balance. So we see a transition between canter and trot. And it is so interesting to understand that we have a change of direction in the pelvis. So when we watch again the canter, we can see that the point on the hip is always moving forward now. So the seat bone moves forward now. And then we have the transition to trot, and then we have a change of direction. So the point on the hip joint moves backwards. Again, forward, forward, forward. Then she stops moving her pelvis. This is the information for the horse to slow down. And then immediately she changes the way of direction, of movement. She changes the way of movement.